It's been a long time no see. I recorded some footage at the beginning of the 2017 school year, but I didn't end up being able to use it because I got a new computer and it didn't have video editing software. And by the time I actually got video editing software, it was the middle of teaching and I just could not get it together and actually record and edit, and so it just didn't. So I'm starting anyway. Again, I'm in my classroom. I'm actually doing summer school, so I thought I would take today and record the teacher tag that Darin, I'm just going to say N, Darin N, uploaded, and let's get started. So the first question on the teacher tag is, what grade do you teach and how long have you taught? And I teach fourth grade, and I have taught fourth grade for 3 years. This is my third year. I also did my student teaching in fourth grade, so I've been in fourth grade a long time. Number 2, what adjective best describes you as a teacher and why? I had to think over this quite a while. I kind of have it written off to the side on a cheat sheet. I had to think of this, and I decided that the best adjective for me in general, and especially as a teacher, is I'm dogged or stubborn. And yeah, that's very accurate. I just kind of keep plugging away at stuff and trying to get kids who don't really care a lot of the times to do what I say and care. Anyway, I've had a few conversations this year where it's like, I'm not going to let you fail. You will not fail on my watch, so try it again. But anyway, no, I guess that's what comes to mind when I think of the adjective that best describes me as a teacher, though others would say it probably describes me as a human being as well. Number 3. Number 3 is, if your life as a teacher was made into a movie, what movie star would play you? So my original thought was Queen Latifah, just because I think she's got the attitude that I would like to show, but I figured I probably shouldn't go for that one. Anyway, I was looking at people who might look kind of like me, and I was thinking maybe Rachel McAdams or Drew Barrymore, and they both also kind of have the vibe I would go for. But yeah, I'd probably go for that. And both of them are kind of short, and I'm kind of short, and that probably is a factor that could go into it as well. So for the fourth question, think of a lesson from this year that you're especially proud of. What made it so special? A specific lesson is a little hard for me to figure, but I will say I'm always really proud of what my students produce when we do our U.S. government book project, which actually takes like 4 months. They have a month to research, and then a month to write an essay, and then another month to put the whole book together, because it's all completely their work. And then we have a publishing party, and parents come and they present, and it's really cool. So I always really like what comes out of that. And actually, I wonder if I can show real quick. Beautiful, beautiful thing. I actually got it bound this year. The rest of the years I've done this, I've had them put it in binders, but they bound it this year, and they did all the front cover and the back cover and the whole thing. So anyway, that's probably my favorite. So tell us about a Number 5, tell us about a student that you think you'll likely remember forever. I thought I was having trouble with this question because it's not entirely clear what you're supposed to remember them for. I've got some that I'll never forget because they were such special little challenges. And one that, one that I'll never forget, and who actually threw a chair across the room and broke it. So yeah, he was a special challenge I'll never forget. But I also had some good ones, and I had some that I'll never forget because of like heartbreaking circumstances. I had one this year that I'll probably never forget because he's from Afghanistan. He's just the sweetest, cutest kid. I think that maybe raised under a power line because really tall, almost as tall as me. Not that I'm that tall. But he was so he was so into different cultural heritage and his cultural heritage, and he like wanted to share his favorite music, and so we're listening to these old guys playing a really like one string thing that's like super it's really kind of a funky sound, but anyway, but he was so much fun to have in class, so I'll probably never forget him and what he taught me about. He also had some really kind of interesting stories to share. I was like, some of them I was like, no, we're not bringing that one up. But anyway, he was cool. Number 6, question number 6, and somebody just walked past my window, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm a weirdo talking to the camera here. Actually, my phone. Which, if you could see the setup, because my little, here we go. My little tripod that I bought is like just totally not working. So I basically have rubber banded a selfie stick to my coffee pot holder, and it's holding it up. Yeah, talk about STEM challenge here. Anyway, yeah, just imagine that the rest of the video. So, what was the next question? Number 6. At this point in the year, how do you feel about the teaching profession? Well, I'm a teacher in Arizona, so we had the whole Red for Ed, and I'm part of a charter school, so we didn't actually close. I was here during the whole thing, but you know, we still paid attention, and what my kind of feel for it is the teaching profession, we're all just kind of trying to make the best of a very faulty system. There's a lot of things about the teaching profession that don't really add up, don't really make sense, the way it's set up, the way it's governed. I don't feel like teachers themselves have a whole lot of input, a whole lot of voice in the system, though I think that's changing, that's gaining ground. But we're all just trying to do the best we can. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Yeah, not really sure how to go beyond that. How do you keep your, number 7, sorry, I keep skipping the numbers. How do you keep your job fun and engaging no matter how long you've been teaching? So I've been teaching 3 years, and I don't have a great memory, so I tend to be just as surprised every year when we get to the fraction unit and be like, oh yeah, we're teaching fractions again. I think that the biggest thing that makes it fun or engaging or, you know, whatever, is just the relationship with the students, because every year the students are different, every year the dynamics of the class is different, so Even if you're basically teaching the same thing the same way, which I don't think is even possible, it's still going to change up because of who the students are. And also coworkers. Coworkers make a big difference. Good coworkers are like gold. Beautiful, beautiful gold. And if they can bake, that's when you really know. Kelly, I'm missing you. Anyway, so yeah, that's how I keep it fun and engaging, is relationships. And I have to scroll down on my little cheat sheet here, which has to be really big print because I'm not wearing my glasses. I took them off. Okay, number 8. What has surprised you the most since the school year started? And I guess what has surprised me the most, and surprises me every year, is 1, how fast dry erase markers dry out. And 2, where do all the pencils go? I think they must eat them. Yeah, supplies like magically go away. Where do they even go? This is a closed system almost. I'm gonna have to do pat downs to make sure that my dry erase markers come back. No, I won't do that, I promise. Please don't report me and say I'm gonna do that. I would never do that. But I think that is the most surprising thing every year. Like, where do they go? Yeah. Number 9. Social media. Who are your favorite teacher tubers, teacher grammars, teacher tweeters? Don't do Twitter. I don't have the time or energy for it. I tried it. I'm kind of looking at Instagram, but again, I don't have enough time to look at it all the time. So probably teacher tubers. I like Michelle with Pocket Full of Primary. I like Too Cool for Middle School, Real Rap with Reynolds. I've been enjoying Early Adventures, and I can't remember the name of her. I can't remember her name. Oops, have to look that up. So yeah, those are the ones that come to mind. Number 10, who would your dream teacher collaboration be with? And I had to think about this a lot because I do like a lot of the different YouTubers, but I'm not sure what I would collaborate on. And I ended up with Real Rap with Reynolds, and I'm not entirely sure. I guess it's because I like the relationship he has with his students, and I would like to think how I could do it on an elementary level. Yeah, I probably can't write on their faces with markers, but I think that's funny. So anyway, I guess that would be my dream collaboration, maybe. Number 11, what is the last thing you took a picture of? Show us. Well, that might be a little bit difficult because I am currently recording on my cell phone, my cell phone, which also has the last thing I took a picture of, which maybe I'll be able to insert it somehow through the magic of video editing. If I do figure that out, I will insert it. But I know what it is. It's a picture of my wall because we got a new house. I'm currently kind of decorating it, and I have a gallery wall I'm making. So that's what the picture would be of. Yeah, kind of funny question. Number 12, sing the last song you listened to. I've been listening to instrumental, like Piano Guy's music all morning, so I guess I could hum a few bars. I think the last song that was on was Pachelbel's Canon, which is kind of do 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 do. and now you are thoroughly bored and ready to go to sleep. Anyway, that's the best I could probably do on that. Number 13, complete the sentence. If you weren't a teacher, if I weren't a teacher, I'd probably be a nurse, because that's what I originally was going for in college. I originally went and got my CNA, and I was going to go for a healthcare career and a nursing career, but I kind of veered off because I found that I was actually more interested in kids and teaching kids. So yeah, that's probably what I would be, especially, or even a traveling nurse. That would be fun. That's the one thing about teaching. I mean, you do have summers off, sort of, except I'm doing summer school, but you don't have quite the traveling, because you can't really take the class with you, unless maybe you became an online teacher. There's options, I'm sure, but I really thought I was going to be a traveling nurse. And then number 14, who is your teaching hero? Tell them one thing that you really appreciate about them. I had to think a lot about this one. So, teaching hero. Honestly, Severus Snape. I don't know if that counts. Or Professor McGonagall. I don't think those count. I was homeschooled, so Mom and Dad, they're guest teaching heroes. My dad, I remember a lot of him because he was really he was different. So he really pushed us to do things that I don't know if I would. He had me read Plato's Republic when I was 12, and I actually enjoyed it. It's a pretty good book, but he had some pretty good ideas and some things that weren't really good, but he was kind of just making it up as he went along, and it turned out okay. I love learning. I scored crazy high on my SAT and everything, so it worked. I also had this professor in college that I really liked. He was a Spanish professor. He did Spanish 102, I think, and it's a required course. Everybody has to take it. It was a community college. Everybody has to take this, and it was a morning course, so a lot of people signed up. I think there was like 30 people in the class the first day, but by the end of the first week, he had it down to 5 people in that class. Yeah, and I was one of the 5, which was good. But no, it was his last year as a teacher. He'd been teaching there forever. Like, I guess he'd been teaching there for 30 years. It was his last year. He wasn't taking anything. Like, you walked in tardy, he's like, out. You weren't prepared for the discussion. He was all over it, which, I mean, I thought it was kind of funny. I mean, my goal is to teach like it's the last year I'm teaching. We went, once we got down to 5, we would go to coffee and he would teach us in the cafe. It was a really good class, and I was really happy for the B I got in that class because it was not easy. But he's kind of a funny teaching hero. I would not do that to elementary school students. I feel like this entire video I'm like, no, don't think I'm really gonna do some of these things. I seem like a really hard-hearted, terrible person, but I'm really not. Maybe, hopefully. Anyway, hey, my students' parents still kind of like me, and the students kind of like me too, and so I'm good. And that was the last one. So, I hope you're having a good day. I will hopefully make more videos since it's summer and I have a little bit more time. And have a great day. Bye.